All right, as promised, let's go to the edge of the trading floor. Scott Gecas stands by with Walsh Trading. Scott, the grain market, just as we go further and further throughout the day today, it just seems like this market continues to drift lower or leak lower, whichever case you want to use here. Is this anticipation of what may be in the report, or do you think it's just into the week squaring?
It's a lot of different things. We have, number one, it's all due to headline risk as far as that goes. Rumors are, you're seeing these rumors back and forth with Mexico, seeing that they're going to delay tariffs, and somebody else comes out and says they're going to move forward with them. I mean, no one knows what's going to happen. We have to wait until Monday to see what really is going to come out, or Sunday night. The weather is definitely taking center stage. A lot of the guys that we've been talking throughout the Midwest are very busy. Hardly any of them are picking up their phone, and when they do pick up their phone, they just say they're completely busy with planting, trying to get anything they can get into the ground. The next few days are a little bit drier. That's a little bit supportive for the farmers, but we're going to see how that really is going to play out. Now, next week we have, the progress report on Monday, as well as the supply and demand on Tuesday. So you have nothing but news to be able to trade on. So all the traders right now are just going to be focusing on the headlines, the numbers coming out. So we're going to see how that goes. With the option volatility, it's absolutely through the roof right now. You're seeing two-sided option action with corn. You have massive call buying all week. We have huge call buying, huge blocks, 5,000 blocks, 10,000 blocks. So we're going to see how that's really going to play out, come Monday and Tuesday.
And Scott, if I read between what you're saying here a little bit, it sounds like you're alluding to the fact that this volatility is certainly expected for the near term.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think the volatility is going to go away, especially with, the Trump effect, coming out with the tariffs on China, tariffs on Mexico. The next headline that we're expecting, again, it's just a rumor, is if they're going to put tariffs on the European Union with the airline subsidies. That's the next deal breaker to move these markets one way or the other. That's, again, just a rumor, but that is the next headline that's expected.
Well, we hadn't heard that yet, but thanks a lot for giving us kind of an inside track on that rumor. We'll take a break and come back and get into the livestock trade. So stay with us here on the Market Day Report. Let's go back to the edge of the trading floor. There is a lot of down pressure over here in this lean hog complex, Scott.
Yeah, with the lean hog complex, I mean, it's just downside pressure. It's just taking a lot of stops out, moving that market a little bit lower. But the fundamentals still stay positive. The African swine fever is definitely a big factor. The tariffs on Mexico are waffling back and forth. That's definitely a factor. If we do have the tariffs that are implemented on Mexico, that's going to cause a little bit more tightening. We're going to see how that really shapes up. But again, I've been on all week talking about the whole theory aspect. The fundamentals are still strong, still extremely bullish, but the market keeps fading lower and lower and lower. And today we're getting close to that limit down. Another aspect in that is look at just the overall market today. So the stocks are up about 230 points or so. We had a very weak jobs number with the expectation of they're going to cut rates. But, with the stocks up, gold's up, bonds are up, those are not correlated markets. The whole theory aspect is completely thrown out the window for the last few days. So we're going to see how this is going to shape up sometime next week.
All right, Scott, sure appreciate it. And I hope that you have a good afternoon and a good weekend. Let's go to see what's going on with the dollar now that we've had all this financial information. And as Scott mentioned, that Dow just a little bit higher. Right now, a sharply lower dollar. June down 520 points at 96,470.